So now my team has created an internal factor analysis, and we will also discuss from here our swoop and our conclusion that we have determined throughout this project. Okay, so what is an internal factor analysis matrix? Well, it is a strategic tool used to evaluate a firm's internal environment and to reveal its strengths as well as its weaknesses. To do this, we have given each factor a rating. This rating was on a scale of 4 to 1. In an internal matrix, we refer to how strong or weak each factor is based on 4 being the strongest and 1 being the weakest. I used a Google form to collect each teammate's ratings and wait for what they thought the strengths and weaknesses should be. This is the same procedure that was used in determining the external factor evaluation. So, here's an example of the form used to collect the responses. I asked each teammate to please weight the following terms of importance. The total should add up to 1. Strengths to rate were licensing agreements, diverse product range, a strong portfolio, strong social media presence, and high liquidity. The firm's weaknesses are distribution method, working conditions in China, research and development, and need for new technology. Lastly, their dependence on China. You can see below that my teammate weighted licensing agreements with 0.2. Comparatively, this gives us a very strong position and says that we think that licensing agreements really leverage Hasbro and their industry. From here, I used the information that I collected in the Google form and compiled the information into an Excel spreadsheet. Looking at this spreadsheet, you can see where I inserted each teammate's Google form responses and labeled them as TM1, TM2, and so on, to create one average weight for each factor. I then multiplied this weight by ranking we determined as a team to create a weighted score for each factor. You can see that each team member's weights add up to a total of 1, and following across the total row, you can see we determined our final weighted score for the internal factor analysis to be 2.45. This process really helped us to organize our thoughts and create a proper swoop evaluation regarding Hasbro's position in their industry. Now, let's continue on to our swoop evaluation. A swoop matrix aims to identify the key internal and external factors to evaluate a company's competitive position and to develop a strategic plan. The internal factors to consider are the company's strengths and weaknesses, and the external factors are the opportunities and threats presented by the company's environment. In the matrix, strengths are factors which the company holds expertise in and contribute to the continued success of the organization. These are the basis for the continued success of the organization and will assist it in gaining organization's mission. Weaknesses are factors that prevent an organization from meeting its mission and achieving its full potential. These weaknesses hamper the organizational success and growth. Opportunities are factors in the environment which the organization operates and can benefit from. Threats are factors existing in the external environment that jeopardize the profitability and reliability of the organization, such as these threats are uncontrollable and prove to be a risk to stability and survival of organizations. Here you can see the swoop matrix my team has developed. Using the workbooks, we were able to determine key factors that Hasbro can use to their advantage and things they may need to work on to continue being successful in their industry. We have determined key factors to focus on. Strengths of Hasbro include licensing agreements, diverse product range, a strong portfolio, and a strong social media presence. Some weaknesses are working conditions overseas, distribution methods, research and development, and dependency on China. Opportunities in our environment include social media, e-commerce, the use of internet, technological development, and the changing consumer needs. And threats include political uncertainties, substitute products, and suppliers. Developing these lists allowed us to connect the factors and to build a strategy around them. Let's start with our strengths and opportunities. We notice that Hasbro's strength of licensing agreements corresponds well with the opportunities presented by a changing in the customer needs. The licensing agreements allows Hasbro to use characters from shows and movies that other companies cannot. This creates exclusivity and a competitive advantage in the market, a major strength for Hasbro when developing new products. The opportunity of a change in consumer needs allows Hasbro to be innovative and develop smart toys based on consumer favorite characters. Star Wars is a well-known agreement that Hasbro has exclusive rights to. For example, virtual reality gaming is becoming increasingly popular, and Hasbro could use this agreement to expand their product line and create a more innovative product. So while there are opportunities in the marketplace, there are also threats. We have determined a correlation between a strong portfolio and the suppliers. There is a threat of suppliers because their bargaining power has increased over the years with a decrease in the number of suppliers available. This means that the cost of inputs could increase for Hasbro. Thankfully, they have a strong portfolio with a large investor backing that can help cover increased costs that may arise over time. Next, we have determined our key weakness and opportunities. We determined that this would be our research and development and change in consumer needs. Hasbro is spending above the industry average on research and development, and it has not been able to compete with the leading players in the industry in terms of innovation. It has come across as a mature firm looking forward to bring out products based on test features in the market. Hopefully, Hasbro will soon be able to make a breakthrough in their product development and take advantage of the consumer desires for more technologically savvy products. You can see in this chart that even classrooms are increasing their use of games to stimulate the students' learning. Technology is growing into all aspects of our lives, and Hasbro needs to make a transition. Lastly, we have determined that our biggest weakness and threat is the political uncertainty and our dependence on China. The weakness for Hasbro is that there is a high level of dependency on China, which Trump is pushing to have American manufacturing reduce this and bring factories back to the United States. There is also an increase in political tension that may create tariffs on goods, causing an increase in production costs for Hasbro. They should be wary of these possible threats and start opening factories in other countries, or better yet, open more factories in the United States. They could use a move such as this to bolster their corporate responsibility and gain favor with the American population for bringing jobs back to the United States. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and I really hope that you learned a lot about Hasbro toys, because I mean, what could not be more fun than learning about toys other than, well, playing with them. Have a great day.